Welcome to the event of the year, March Mayhem. We are going to introduce this year's Scout competitors. Coming out first, rising from the depths of Moria. He trained for this every day with the Balrog. He is the engineer of chaos, Joseph. Our next entrant was conceived, born, and raised in Pittsburgh. He knows more about Link than Miyamoto himself. The reigning, defending, undisputed Mario Party champion, Ryan.
Hello, everybody. You can't see me, but I did walk onto camera. Onto what would be camera.
Next up is the mysterious lumberjack coming from Mississippi, Manitoba. He's here to kick ass and pet cats, but he is all out of cats. Jordan.
Yeah.
This one was dropped off by a spaceship from parts unknown. He has conquered every wrestling game and snapped every Slim Jim in his path. He is the ultimate maniac, John.
Let's do this, guys.
He rode the SS Anne all the way here from Kanto. He has a PhD in Pokeology and can sing the entire DK rap. Mega Dr. Professor Alex Esquire.
I'm surprised you mentioned the Donkey Kong rap.
And finally, the man you've all been waiting for. The legend of the mouth defense for Carmen Bomberman. From the outskirts of Raccoon City, he is the loser of the challenge. He has never beaten his wife in Madden. He was waxed live on camera. Megan, did you take my card? Fuck, it's me. It's me. Of course it's me. Who else would it be? Fuck it. I'm here.
Yeah, you want one Madden.
I don't want to hear it out of you. Fair enough. Oh, Alex, tell them over here today.
All right, so we are here today to officially at least seed and start our March Mayhem Tournament of Death and Destruction.
2023 edition.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of the year. So we've had 2 tournaments so far that we've done. Last year we improved. First year was just a straight death tournament. Last year we added stipulations and a couple other wild card stuff.
All came down to the gimmicks.
It did.
Gotta have a mouth. Kids, if you don't have a mouth, you're not going anywhere in life. I'm sorry.
You'll never win an eating contest without a mouth.
That was a stipulation of how that won last year. So, speaking of that, as you can see, this year we have 4 people. It's a bigger tournament, and so we have, we've built a little bit. So, first round will be the same as always. It'll be a straight-up death fight. Like, no special rules on it. We'll go over rules itself later. But first round will be that. Second round, we will have a death match, but with a special stipulation, whether it's a specific arena or like no weapons or whatever it may be. That'll be second round. Third round, we'll see the return of the random stipulations pulled from a hat. Much like how we got Carmen Bomberman last year, we'll have those kind of random things show up in the third round. And then, of course, it leads us to the ultimate, the final battle, which, going to throw a curveball this year, The championship match will be a best of 3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 balls.
Between
Nice.
Tom Nook and Big the Cat.
It's very possible. But yeah, and so we also, because we have so many people, we have a wild card spot.
Yes, for our first time, we are adding 2 random wild cards.
And we'll get into that when we dive into it. But I mean, without further ado, I think it's
Time to start some seeding.
time to start some seeding, get our brackets figured out, and all that fun stuff.
So we do have to wait for Joe.
What the fuck?
His browser wasn't letting his video record, only his audio, so I think he left to fix it.
Okay.
So if he doesn't pop back in soon, we'll pause the recording, but I'm just gonna let it run.
Yeah.
I say we just start the seeding without him.
All right, let's do it.
All
He
right.
comes in when he comes in.
Can everybody hear us?
Yes.
Awesome.
All right.
Is the echo gone? Was it Joe the whole time?
Booze, did you not pay the acorn tax for Joe's actor?
Holy shit.
Guys, I think Joe was the echo problem.
Yeah, you're not echoing anymore.
At all. He's coming
Nope.
back and see if it. You know, I don't care if he's not recording videos.
Fuck. Second time back.
Hey, Joe.
Hello. Yeah, I got the notice that I wasn't recording. I'm trying to work on it.
That's what. Yeah, it said your browser.
Yeah, I
wasn't
don't know
allowing
what's
it.
going on because it was allowing it. I wonder if my connection's not strong enough for it. I'm on Wi-Fi.
Whatever you're doing, don't change it.
Yeah, your microphone's actually really
Is
good
it?
now.
Oh, okay. But is it recording?
I mean, we'll figure that out.
Okay, I mean, I don't want to go through.
I don't think your camera's. I don't know about your microphone though.
It's not very bad.
All right, Alex, you can cut that out.
If
We-
it's not, we're picking up audio, so.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
We are going to draw the 30 combatants.
Into wild cards.
Pick number 1.
Wait, Andrew, did you put wildcard 1 and wildcard 2 into?
I'll do it.
They're going to have an automatic 31 and 32.
That's I was like, hold on. Because I think it's only fair to have them placed wherever.
Good call. All right, they're in there. Here we go. Drawing number 1.
Big the cat.
Big the Cat. The fuck was that? Ryan, Big the Cat is the number 1 seed.
Not surprising. Not surprising, really.
Number 2.
Wild card ass hat 2.
Wild card number 2.
Wildcard asshat?
Yep.
Was wildcard 2 or?
Yeah, that's wild card 2.
Okay.
Number 3.
Oh my god.
Riku.
Riku.
Where's 3?
4th bracket.
Okay.
Number 4. Bobby Orr is
Gamerz.
Oh, okay.
Gamerz, a top 4 entrant. Alex, how do you feel about that?
You know, I'm okay with it. I think it's interesting that 2 of my picks are in the top 4.
It is. It is.
B3.
Do you think Gamerz should be ranked higher than Riku, though?
No, I'm good where it is.
All right.
It's the top of his bracket.
Exactly.
Number 5.
Gino.
Gino.
Ooh.
Ryan, you've got 2 in the top 5.
The Stars of Star Row have 5 points. Gino's from Star Road. Makes sense. Makes sense.
It does. Holy crap.
Number 6.
Star Killer.
Whoa! Ryan, your entire team's going to be in the top, 10.
I don't know how to feel about that necessarily.
Well, they won't be fighting each other.
That's the good thing. Number 7.
Thor.
Thor. Jordan is on the board. Joe and I don't have a single pick in there yet. Or Sean. Sean, yeah. It's all Allison.
I'm taking wild card number 2.
Here we go. Number 8.
Handsome Jack.
Jordan. Taking the last of the top 8. All right. Number 9. Coming in hot.
Darth Scion.
Ooh. Now, like in years past, if we get a person taking on their person the first one, we'll fix it. Yeah. Number... I fucked that up on my bracket.
Number 10.
Ooh, I put Darth Scion as number 31. Oh, number 10 is...
Big Tipper.
There we go.
Joe, you took the final spot in the top 10.
I'm in there.
Number 11.
Mr. Frosty.
Ooh.
Time to get frosty.
Number 12.
Olimar.
Olimar.
There we go.
I haven't had a single person get picked yet.
Yours are all
Let
going
me
to
just
be like
find
the
myself
last
with 3
5 or
rounds.
6.
It's all right. Those are our bracket busters.
So you get to pick who wins then.
Number 13 is...
Nate Spencer.
God damn it, Andrew. Put them in the right fucking spot. I just had Nate Spencer going up against Riku because I read the wrong number.
Sounds
All
like
right.
a wild card bracket.
Number 14.
Pilger.
I am on the board.
The goat
Pilgor, baby.
from Goat Simulator. Thank you, Joe.
That entire bracket is screwed over there.
It's
All
not
right.
too bad.
15 coming in hot.
Tom Nook.
Oh, shit.
Dark horse.
We could actually have the cat and Tom Nook.
Don't win it all.
Yeah, opposite ends. 16.
Blink.
Lonk. From the Ocarina of Majora's.
Ooh, we could be looking at Big the Cat versus Link in the second
Yes. I was trying to think of another title to throw in there.
17, which gives us our first fight.
Holy shit.
Cassandra.
Ooh.
Ooh. Joe and Jordan going at it with Link and Cassandra. Holy shit.
This is a fight I want to see.
Number 18. Taking on Tom Nook.
Mario.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. That,
Some smash action.
That's kind of
it's gonna
exciting.
be interesting.
Number 19. Pilgor's first victim is
Spy.
the Spy.
Sacre bleu.
Sorry, Spy. You're done.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting matchup.
Number 20. Taking on Nate Spencer.
Sub-Zero.
All right, so we got a swapper.
Swapper.
All right, that one over there. I'm gonna put a little starry food next to it.
Yep.
All right, 21. Taking on Captain Olimar and his Pikmin.
Dante.
Very Sean
That's
heavy
open.
bracket down there.
Yeah.
21.
There's a good
22?
chance I'm making it to the finals.
22.
22's Ben, Mr. Frost.
22. Taking on Mr. Frosty.
Earthworm Jim.
Oh,
That actually happened.
I know.
Earthworm Jim.
This is like a rematch.
23. Going against the Big Tipper.
Pac-Man.
Ooh.
Sorry, Joe.
What? You don't think Big Tipper can beat Pac-Man?
24. Taking on Darth Scion. We may have found our swap because it is Mewtwo.
Okay. So 24 will be Sub-Zero. and 20 will be Mewtwo.
Those are some interesting matchups.
Yeah, those are matchups I would not have. Oh God.
25 taking on Handsome Jack himself is the equally good looking
Big Sister.
All right, we're gonna have another swapper. I'm gonna put you in there. Last year we had no swappers that we needed, and I'm sure we won't have you on swaps. 26 taking on Fat Thor is Raiden from Metal Gear Revengeance.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's gonna be.
Only it was the other Raiden.
Yeah. 27 taking on Star Killer.
Armadon.
Boom, boom, boom.
Sorry, Andrew. I think Star Killer's getting that one.
No, you don't know. You don't know the Armadon.
To be fair, we've seen some crazy matchups.
28.
Bryce Boltzmann.
Oh, that's gonna be Ryan. That's gonna be a very interesting debate between the two of us. That is literally going to be the immovable object versus the unstoppable force on that one.
Oh boy.
Superman.
29 scoring up against Gamerz himself.
And finishing off his bracket.
Crazy Hand.
Good luck, Gamerz.
Yeah, I would not want to be Garrus in that situation.
I'm basically that entire bracket.
You have a good chance to make it to the quarterfinals and the semifinals. And now, coming in at 30 to take on Riku.
Wildcard, which one?
Do we want to swap on that? Big Sister? Or.
We'll see what wild cards we draw.
Okay.
Whoa.
Because we also have one more spot here. 32 taking.
What about 31?
Yeah, good call. I forgot. 31 taking on wildcard asshat number 2.
Undine the Undying.
Undying!
And now, number 30, we found our swapper. Taking on Big the Cat.
Isaac.
Oh, yeah. So, Big Sister and Isaac.
Yep. Should we get Big the Cat versus Big Sister?
Oh, God.
It's gonna be a big fight.
We got the Battle of the Bigs.
I can't believe that actually works.
That actually does work. All right. So now that we have the seeding, Alex, what is the most interesting matchup to you in the first round?
Well, not counting the wild cards, because we don't know who they are yet. I'll be honest, I gotta double down with kind of what Sean was saying. Bad Mr. Frosty and Earthworm Jim did fight in Clay Fighters, so I think I'm excited to see how that goes, but being completely honest and maybe a little biased, Darth Scion versus Sub-Zero, two characters who are notorious for being brutal and taking a lot of pain.
We're about to put the death in death match.
Yeah, like that is going to come down to who survives with less life.
Yeah.
Sean, who are you looking at as the first big upset?
Ooh, big upset.
I think so far, for people that haven't seen the back ones, our biggest upset was probably Lanky Kong over Kratos.
That was a big upset. I would also say the Carmen Bomberman win.
Yes, Carmen.
That was just controversial
thing,
completely.
I don't really see an upset in this. Like, a lot of these are pretty evenly matched. They're not, all out, steamrollers. Especially waiting until we see how these wild cards play out.
I mean, isn't that what makes it an upset? Is
Jordan.
You don't see it coming?
Well, I could see any of these being very even matchups and either side winning on a lot of these.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm seeing Dante winning against Olimar, but that's about. Oh, we'll go with canonical size of Olimar.
Right.
He could pull an Ant-Man meme and Thanos and just kind of like
Right.
from the inside.
I think the most intriguing matchup to me, the one I'm most excited for, is Big the Cat versus Big Sister because they're both giant.
That's going to be an interesting one.
But is Gino versus Bryce Boltzmann, because Bryce's whole thing is that he can't die, and Gino's whole thing is he harnesses like the whole power of the universe. Yeah. So it's
you were right. Unstoppable force. Oh God.
I don't know who's coming out. All I'm saying is a good thing that's not the stipulation round because, we could have a Carmen Bomber Hand situation in our hands in that one.
We could.
But Jordan, who do you think is going to win the tournament based on these matchups here in the first round?
That's easily Tom Nook.
As we predicted.
He's not.
It's the only option.
A fair against Mario coming out first.
Feel pretty good. He's just a stupid Italian plumber.
So now that we have Joe in here, the owner of Mario, how what aren't you worried about with Mario? What do you think is going to be the downfall? Is it the arguer or is it Mario himself?
It's a combination of the two.
Honestly, I don't know anything about Tom Nook, so I don't know what's gonna be a downfall relative to him. Oh! I see that. Don't give me that. I don't know. If anything's gonna be the downfall of Mario, it's gonna be his normality, his humanity. He's got power-ups here and there that he can use, but for the most part, he's just a guy. So I could see that really causing issues for him.
All right, Ryan. What do you think the most entertaining matchup will be in the first round?
I gotta give it to Raiden v. Thor. I think that's just like, that's almost exactly Senator Armstrong and Raiden right there, just with a little bit of spice thrown in. And I'm just kind of interested to see how that plays out.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. That's Thunder versus Thunder, right?
Well, I went with Raiden from Metal Gear.
Would have been Thunder versus Lightning.
And this Raiden is a cyborg, so it still kind of is Thunder versus Lightning because Raiden can use electricity as a weapon. I've got a novel basically printed out that tells me everything about Raiden because it's Metal Gear, of course. There's nothing simple.
Sure, you didn't just download the manual.
I should have. Is what I should have done. Is I should have just bought the manuals from the games. But
was that the last one that what's his face worked on, or was that
Revengeance was such a departure? I have no idea who worked on it.
I know.
It was my favorite one of the series, which is why Raiden is in here, and he's about to go all the way to the quarterfinals until
he's going to lose to Tom Nook.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's a problem that we already have spoilers for what's going to happen.
So if you don't mind me interjecting real quick, as we were talking about the Mario Tom Nook, one thing that is important to note, and this is a general, not like a rule, but it's important for everyone to know, before the match, if your character has multiple loadouts, abilities, whatever it may be, you choose that loadout for that match. So you can't decide midway through the match, well, Mario, I chose the one from Sunshine, so he has the flood, but, now I want him to have, I don't know, some kind of Cappy from Odyssey. You can't mix them mid-battle. You pick your loadout for that character before
it changes per each battle, so you can have a different loadout in different battles.
Yeah, if you make it beyond the first round, you can change your loadout. As long as the character canonically has a different loadout.
Which is pretty canon for a lot of characters.
For a lot of characters, There's some characters that are very, default. They
Jordan,
have chest
how many loadouts does Tom Nook have?
Hey, whoa! You can't be needling your enemy.
This is a genuine question. This is not needling. I said I don't know anything about Tom Nook.
He has Tom Nook. He's got so many loadouts you wouldn't even believe it.
What's the name in Korea, the 38th parallel? Where
the demilitarized zone.
That's it.
All he knows 38th parallel, but not DMZ.
Yeah, I don't know. What's 38 parallel? That's just in my head. That's not what this episode is about. This is
It's just 38 lines next to each other.
This is the 37th perpendicular.
And you can't needle your opponent, Joe, within this parallel.
Thank you,
right.
Andrew,
God
UN representative.
I take my job with the UN seriously.
So, any closing remarks on our seating?
Kind of, yes, because I want to jump into, I think we're just going to go right into the wild card. We'll keep it all as one giant recording. I'll edit as need be. But very important, we are, for those of you who have not done this before, so, you know, Ryan and Jordan and Joe, who sometimes is here and sometimes is not, we are going to use the wild card as a chance to get a basic understanding of how the tournament will work. And we will go from there. So without further ado, let's, I'll let you, if you need to look up anything on your wild card character, take this time now.
Or forever hold your peace.
Or forever hold your peace, yeah, because so what is going to happen is everyone will have flat 2 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
You don't have to use the whole time. But all you are going to do, you're not arguing who would win in the fight. You are simply giving reasons why this character should be in the tournament. Why they should be part of this tournament.
So the wild cards aren't fighting each other.
No. And everyone gets 2 votes. You cannot vote for your own person in either spot.
All right.
So you must listen to everyone's point and agree on 2
Whichever one has
spots.
the strongest.
And the top 2 people with the most votes will go on. And if it comes down to a tie in some odd chance, well, we'll go from there.
Might have to battle it out.
Yeah. So, like I said, take a minute if you need to look up anything on your character that is your wild card. And
I was going to say, I'm glad I came prepared, and then I forgot half the properties of my wild card character, so I pulled it up on another screen.
I'm going to read from it. Fuck.
All right.
No needling while I'm gone, Joe.
Jordan, you son of a bitch. No.
Now, I do have a sponsor to announce.
you must, for this,
PrintyourBrackets.com.
So,
They are sponsored.
whether they know it or not.
I have got us a sponsor that is going to donate an award for the winner.
What is it?
I don't want to tell you right now.
Who's the sponsor?
So, the sponsor is Who's Ghost Stories.
Okay.
Which Alex and I are part of, Sean was a part of, Tyler's a part of. Now, we are donating an award, a trophy, perhaps, to the winner of March Mayhem this year. So competitors, in the past, Mega Man X, Carbon Bomberman, had nothing to show for their victories besides being on an excellent graphic banner designed by us. Other than that, they have nothing. This year, whoever wins is going to have a gorgeous award that they can hold on to for the rest of their lives. And if they don't display it,
Jordan's
they get
already
tapped
cleared a
nuts.
space on his shelf for it.
Well, I have a question.
Answer.
Is it Paul?
No, it is not Paul.
Okay.
Damn it.
That's where my mind was going.
No. You all will have to wait and see. Perhaps I will debut the award next week when we do the actual battles. But you'll have to wait and see on that one.
And is it for our entire life or the life of our character?
Your person's entire life.
Okay.
The only thing that can make you lose the trophy is if Alex votes to make it a traveling trophy every year. Or if the new winner gets a new trophy every year. But I'll be winning every year.
I mean, if the Fantasy Football League is any indication, you probably will.
I lost this year. I don't want to hear your bullshit.
You still crushed me. I did.
You sucked this year.
I know.
One good year.
Where's my luck from that one good year?
You got to pay attention again. That was the year you took it. Where did we turn into here? How did we get here? Alex, take us back on course.
All right.
Joe still sucks at fantasy.
Wild card number 1.
Yes. Yeah. So we will, as I said previously, everyone will get maximum 2 minutes. You don't have to use your whole time, but you get a grand total of 2 minutes, and I will audibly stop you when you hit 2 minutes if you happen to get that far. But the only thing is you want to argue why your character belongs in the tournament. It's not a who would win in a fight, it's who belongs in the tournament. And the other important piece to this is remember that in years past, in our last 2 example years, Mega Man X won on battle prowess and ability. Carmen Bomberman
won by having a mouth.
The reality is the championship, the person doesn't go the farthest just because they're the strongest. God of War Kratos got knocked out in round 1. So
Captain Blasto.
I have something to add.
Yeah.
We cannot disrespect Carmen Bomberman. She also won because she could play chess and Snorlax could not.
Yes. And that's what I was going to say, is that truly the winner of this tournament is not necessarily the strongest.
No.
You need strength, you need intelligence, you need agility. You need to be fairly well-rounded. And I think our wild cards are showing some clear winners and some individuals who could be a surprise.
Yeah, I think even looking at the runner-ups, you're 100% right, because it was Arbiter that lost to Mega Man in the finals. And then Alpha Snorlax lost to Carmen Bomberman.
Yeah,
I mean, those are not 4 people you would assume. Maybe Mega Man X, you would assume they get to the finals. But the other 3 are not people you'd be like, they're not making it to the finals.
No.
And they did.
You can never just rest on your laurels and be like, oh, yeah, I got this. Don't be so confident. So, without further ado, who wants to... Let's be the first one to make a statement. And remember, you get 2 votes. You can't vote for your own pick.
I'll go first.
All right.
So, for anyone that didn't remember, I am arguing for HK-47 from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
First one or second one?
I only picked the first one, so I'm going to go first.
Okay.
So, HK-47 is an assassin droid. However, he's not your normal assassin droid. He was built by Darth Revan himself. You can fact check me on all this because you probably know more than me. And he was created, Darth Revan obviously a Sith Lord. He used to be a Jedi, knew all the Jedi ways, all the Jedi tricks. HK-47 was built to specifically assassinate threats to Revan and Jedi. So, we have 2 Jedi Force users in the tournament. HK-47 is literally built to kill both of them. That was his sole purpose. Through upgrades, he gets faster, he gets stronger. He's a robot, so he's programmed just to do his job. He doesn't fluff around. He doesn't go off script. He also hates human beings. Meatbags is his favorite word, and there's a lot of human beings in this bracket. So HK-47 is going to come in with a vengeance. He's going to be able to take out both Jedi, which is something not a lot of people in this bracket can do. And then, on top of that, any humanoid, he's automatically going to hate. He's just going to go out there with an anger. So you're looking at basically Frank Castle coming in an unbreakable robot body, just going, hey, I hate you, meatbag. Bam, you're dead. Jedi, bam, you're dead. Everyone's dead. HK-47 is going to roll to the semis, the quarters, the finals. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to be able to stop him. He's too fast, too strong, too accurate. His speed, when fully upgraded, is superhuman. As a robot, he can lift a crap ton of weight. He's an all-around fighter. He is smart, designed to kill the greatest fighters in the world.
I'll say time.
A compelling case. Let me go next then, because I also have a robot as my wild card.
Sure.
All right.
Whenever you're ready, Joe.
So my wild card is the J-Bomb robot from Blast Corps. I'm trying to be nice and provide a picture. Summed up as a quote from one of my favorite cartoons as a kid. You dig giant robots? I dig giant robots. Chicks dig giant robots. He's a giant robot. And that's why he should be in the tournament. He's over 45 feet tall. He can fly. He can smash any building just by walking through it, and then smash even bigger ones just by jumping on them from above. He's going to be a fun, awesome addition to the tournament. I yield my time.
Okay. Damn.
You know, I'll follow up. I also have a robot, so I'll
robots.
follow up with that.
Go ahead, Jordan.
My wild card is GLaDOS, who, if you don't know, is from Portal, and is a basically omnipresent being who can control her entire surroundings and make herself better, and has all visuals of all the time. So there's nothing she can't see or anticipate how to defeat. And she's awesome. And wisecracking, so you can't beat that.
We have 2 wisecracking robots in there.
And I yield my time.
Wow.
That's the only thing that doesn't count
Right.
for my robot. He doesn't make wisecracks.
You aren't going to get far in this show.
No.
You gotta have wisecrack.
Well, I don't have a robot. So
Does
I
anyone
don't
else
go.
have a
What a
robot
shame.
before we go on to the non-robots?
Technically,
We'll go with the non. Well, we'll just go with Ryan. That's a good segue because it gets complicated.
I represent Geralt of
All
Rivia,
pop
a
girls.
Witcher. Somebody who has been mutated to have super strength, the ability to fight, super intelligence, which, as we recently discussed, is important in this tournament, and the ability to further mutate himself with mutagens to increase his skills in many different fields. He also fights with both like melee combat and magic combat, and has an eidetic memory about hunting and killing other things. I yield my time.
Is it?
Jesus
Is his
Christ.
memory eidetic only about hunting and killing? Like he can't remember what he had for breakfast?
No, I mean he can. He's
The
like, he
way
is super
the way you
intelligent, but
phrased
He's
it,
pretty
I
smart.
was like,
Super memory.
only hunting and killing.
That's like the
Yeah.
only thing he studied, though. I mean, it's his job.
And women.
You know that your immediate question was, can you remember his breakfast?
Like, I'm sure he probably would know a lot about like French literature if he read that. But
If they got him into someone's pants, they would.
So he only knows a lot about the type of breakfast eggs he cooks, is what you're saying.
he might know about the
So-
parent of the breakfast.
So
eggs.
he's
he might not know about biscuits and gravy, so that might be.
he's not a robot, but he's still like artificially created, which is kind of in the same category.
yeah, he's halfway there. Yeah,
You know, take it was
programmed to some degree, sure.
Jesus.
Yeah, I guess I'll take mine next, since mine is a wisecracker that probably does the robot. My character is Gex
Ooh.
from Enter the Gecko. The
Oh,
thing about Gex is he has the ability to travel to different, I guess you would call them channels, but also different multiverses. He can go to different worlds, all with the click of a button. He also has that unattainable that we have had in previous tournaments where he breaks the fourth wall. So fourth wall breaking powers, at least with sight and potentially the ability to travel into and beyond the fourth wall. So I feel like the fact that he has that ability is a godlike power, and I think that will help him in the tournament. I yield the rest of my time.
Damn.
Good times, Gex.
Well, that leads down to me. And so my representation is Android 21 from Dragon Ball Fighters. So this is one of those unique situations where we all are familiar with Dragon Ball, but this is a game original character, which is why it fits under this tournament. Android 21 canonically is the bioengineered android that Jiro started creating to replace his lost wife, and she has all the DNA things that Cell had, but one distinct difference. She's got Majin Buu DNA. So she's also part Majin, which means she has the regeneration. She has Candy Beam. She can turn anything into sweets, and she does have a sweet tooth as well. But yeah, she looks like not much of a fighter, but she is a scientist. Since her creation, she's shown up in just about every new Dragon Ball piece of media. She does show up in Dragon Ball Superhero, making her officially canon in there as well. But she is extremely intelligent. She is sadistic when she lets her Majin side take over, which, again, because it's like Majin Buu, she can regenerate from
Single cell.
Yeah, single cell. So she is a deadly force and is highly intelligent, and I wouldn't put it past her to, make it far in this tournament.
Now, for the purposes of what she can do and whatnot, is there a distinction between Lab Coat 21 and regular Android 21?
Good question. Technically, no, only because. As far as regeneration, yes. If she's not in her Majin form, then she wouldn't be able to regenerate nearly as much. But
we would consider that a loadout, or
we would consider that a loadout difference.
Okay.
I know who I'm voting for.
I hope you do, since you're voting.
So hold on. Now that everyone's had a chance to argue, it's not as easy as I first thought it was going to be. So take a minute, pick your top two, and we'll just kind of go in the same order and say your picks. Remember, you can't vote for yourself either, so that's...
Here goes two of my votes, then.
You only had one! And definitely rank them first and second as well, because that might make a difference.
Thanks.
If yours didn't make it in this year, doesn't mean they can't show up next year. That's an important note as well. Just because they didn't get picked this year doesn't mean that they're gone. This was a hard pick. I got mine.
Yeah, I think I've got mine too.
Got mine as well.
It's tough because mine changed big time.
I can go first, if you're still contemplating.
I mean, I'm good, but Joe, you go first here.
I'm voting for my number one choice as Geralt of Rivia, and my number two choice as Gex the Gecko.
I'll follow up. That's my vote as well.
Good choice. Good choice.
I'll follow up. My number one is Android 21. My number two is Gex the Gecko.
I'll go next. My number one is Geralt. My number two is Android 21. Joe, my number one originally started as a J.
That's understandable. It's stiff competition.
I'll go next. My number one is Android 21. My number two is Gladys.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Three.
And oddly enough,
Oh god.
My original pick, and I'm sticking with it, is the same as Joe and Jordan, like the exact breakdown. So I would say that our 2 wild card entrants have been picked by a majority.
So we got Geralt as our number 1 seed.
Number 1 seed for wild card 1.
Ooh, we get Geralt versus Riku.
Oh god, that's
Ooh, 3 or 4 robots in this, and neither pick was a robot.
I know.
Yeah.
I already told you, Gex can
It's
be
true.
a robot.
True.
like I said, just because they're not, doesn't mean they're not gonna.
I'm looking for some
Show
of
up.
that Gex
But is it
sarcasm and commentary.
I don't know. We've seen it before where just them mocking the other person has thrown people off their game.
I'm gonna need at least
Yes.
one crack of wise.
I'm sure we'll find somewhere. At least Earthworm Jim.
Tonight, we undine in hell.
Ooh, like that. Yeah. So that's it. That's.
Oh man.
And we don't need to move our wild cards either, which is nice because I was a little worried we might have to.
Yeah.
But that worked out well.
I'm excited for Geralt versus Riku.
Yeah, that's going to be a match I was not expecting because Riku is a sword wielder and user of magic, but also dark magic. So
Geralt is a sword user and a user of magic.
yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup to say the least.
And he has a crossbow. Yeah. Which is Ryan's favorite
Crossbow
weapon in the
doesn't
game.
do shit.
Well, that's good.
Doesn't do shit. I don't even know why they put it in there. It like you could use it on like 3 enemies and it kind of does some stuff.
It is
Pretty much.
absolutely useless.
All right.
Well, we have
So is a full bracket going to be sent out to everybody and edited into the final video for the viewer?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody have closing thoughts about our bracket?
I do. So, first off, I would just like to say, fuck Gino, fuck Starkiller, fuck Mr. Frosty, and fuck the Spy, and fuck Thor, I guess, as well. They're all done for. I'm not looking forward to the eventual matchups that I will have to go through between
Dare you?
and Tom Nook. You see what? That's exactly why the fans of Thor, they're the sore losers. He already lost. He's already trying to hit you with a hammer. That is attempted murder. It is already on camera. I could have him arrested, and he can't even debate his character then. I think, there's a lot of interesting possible final matchups. I keep saying I want to see Big the Cat versus Tom Nook because I don't know how it's going to go. But honestly, you've got Link in here. You can throw him against other classics like Mario and Pac-Man in the finals. I do think Riku and Geralt both have a chance to go all of the way.
Oh, there we
On the
go.
other side of the bracket, you've got interesting points for them.
We've got a bracket in here.
I mean, it's not filled up, but that is, what the bracket will look like there.
I have it on.
I think outside of Big the Cat and Tom Nook, the one final I would love to see would be Gamerz and the Spy.
Oh,
Ooh.
I think a battle of any kind between those two would be hilarious and interesting to watch. But I think this is possibly shaping up to be our best tournament yet. A lot of different competitors all over the place. I wouldn't say any of them are slotted into a specific slot. Like in the past, we had people that were just very good at killing and nothing else. People that were very fast, nothing else. This time, though, I think we have a good mix. And, I am excited to watch, Pilgor, destroy the Spy in a matter of seconds.
That remains to be seen.
No, that's true.
The Spy will be dead and can't watch.
I'm looking forward to any type of sarcastic commentary we can get from Gex the Gecko. If I could internalized the whole bracket, I would have had more commentary, but I'm staring at a blank bracket here. I'm interested for a potential Mario versus Crazy Hand matchup. Kind of a rehash of the well-known matchup that's occurred before.
So, Joe, finals. Crazy Hand Mario.
If it comes down to finals, Crazy Hand versus Mario, I don't know, my first argument would be that Mario wins because he's canonically won before. Also, I feel like Mario definitely has a chance against Crazy Hand. Like, yeah, he's just an Italian plumber, but his fitness and his little bit of supernatural abilities are off the charts. So, I think he definitely has a chance against Crazy Hand.
Does he have a cat suit?
In that fight, I wasn't imagining him with one, but maybe it would even help him. So maybe he does.
My thought is, if Mario made it to the finals, he has obviously skinned Tom Nook.
Ooh, I like that.
That can't happen.
If Mario's going to lose to anybody, it's going to be Tom Nook.
Yeah.
How about that?
That is the first matchup there in that bracket, one of the first in that brackets. I mean, Mario could have another exit.
We've seen bigger upsets.
Looking at that bracket, though, if Gex and Tom Nook both win, we have Gex and Tom Nook in the second round.
That's a difficult match.
That is probably decided by the stipulation.
Yeah.
Well, I'm mostly excited for Sub-Zero versus Bad Mr. Frosty in the finals.
Battle of Ice.
Yep.
Someone's got to get colder.
There are a lot of interesting pieces. So, yeah, just...
Alex, which of your choices do you think is going to make it to the finals or has the best chance?
Of my choices?
Mm-hmm.
With the way the matchups are, I'm not confident enough to say any one standout. I would probably put my money currently on Darth Sion. Of my picks, I would put Darth Sion on.
Sean, how about you?
I mean, he just said Darth Sion, so I obviously have to say Sub-Zero. you gotta promote the fight. So Sub-Zero's going to the finals.
Joe, how about you?
I don't know. It's complicated. My gut instinct says Link has the best chance, but I'm hoping for an Olimar dark horse.
I can't argue against a Link because that bracket has the least amount of immortal characters. So Link could make a run.
The least amount of immortal characters.
Jordan, how about you?
I mean, based on this blank bracket in front of me that I can definitely read, I'm going to have to say my favorite is probably Big Sister, actually.
Okay.
Ryan, what do you got?
I think everybody needs to stop counting Big the Cat out.
Thank you.
Big the Cat, I think is going to surprise a lot of people with his abilities.
Rocky, where are you?
Well, you guys just heard that right there. We've got Big the Cat going all the way and Big Sister, but you guys can actually see that.
I will have to be able to see. Oh, that's true. That's the first matchup.
Oh, God. Out of mine. See, mine did not draw fun. They draw fun brackets, but mine did not draw good brackets, is what I will say. Ah, fuck me. Shit, fuck the Giants.
Rather not.
I would have to say probably Pilgor from Goat Simulator has the best shot. It's not a good shot. A lot of things have to go Pilgor's way in other matches. It's very dependent on who wins other matches if Pilgor has a chance to get to the finals. Because, if, Pilgor easily can walk to the finals, but, you throw Geralt against it, who's a literal monster and god, Hunter, that's going to be a tough get-by in the second round. But
second round could be a class eating contest.
It could be.
You never know.
That's the thing here. I'm gonna pick Pilgor because by the ones looking at theirs, they really don't have much of a shot. But Pilgor, I think Pilgor's got the best chance in the finals here. Which sorry for the spy. You had a fun time entering the tournament, but you drew the wrong draw.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. The spy is
I wouldn't count
French.
the spy
Like, he
out.
might just riot on you.
He can ride all he wants.
But the French don't win, so.
Historically, the French do. It's just a modern meme. They do.
They win in riots.
We're not talking about it historically, Joe.
Total.
This is not
Total
reality, though.
record.
This
The
is
French have
all.
a pretty good KD streak.
If the spy and Geralt do win, the second round could be a discussion about breakfast. So
It could be a croissant eating contest. You don't know.
So, I know we talked about our most interesting matchups. I want to talk about my most interesting corner of the bracket that I just noticed is the Mr. Frosty and Earthworm Jim and then Starkiller and Armadon. That little corner is just completely fucking whacked, man.
Andrew, all the corners are back.
Yeah.
Like,
Like when you said that this corner of the bracket, I'm looking at the bracket. I'm like, no, this entire thing is
but like,
insane.
you could get Gex versus Tom Nook or Mario, and that seems kind of normal. Big the Cat versus Link. You know what? Whatever. You look down here, Gamerz versus Nate Spencer, or Mewtwo, or Crazy Hand versus that one. Whatever. You could have Mr. Frosty versus Starkiller in a pie eating contest. You could have Earthworm Jim versus Armadon in a duel to the death. You could have Mr. Frosty versus Armadon in a fucking who's taller contest. Those four just make no sense together at all when it comes to that second round. And that's what I think is going to be the most entertaining corner. Both of those matchups are completely up in the air. But that second round, whatever that stipulation is, changes. I mean, Armadon's a literal god. Starkiller's a literal Jedi trained by Darth Vader. Earthworm Jim is a literal earthworm, and Mr. Frosty's a killer snowman, and we saw how that plays out in the movie.
I like how you said he's a literal earthworm. Like, this is equally impressive to the other things you mentioned.
It is! Joe, have you ever tried to
Yeah,
kill an
you just
earthworm?
squish him.
All right, let me tell you that. Right. No, you know what, Joe? They have brains in both ends of their
Yeah,
body.
you squish
can't
the
just
whole
squish
thing.
them.
Have you ever tried to
No,
kill one named
I've not.
Jim?
You know what? Well, this is why you're not going to win that corner of the bracket, because you're so close by.
Do I have to ask the names of all the earthworms who cross my path now? To see if there's one named Jim?
Do you not, like a samurai, declare that you need to know the name of the person or the earthworm you're about to kill?
All right. So before we sign off here, Alex, any parts of the bracket really call out to you as like you were just excited to see how this shakes out?
Honestly, this is.
Yep, that's what I
Alex
heard.
hates the whole bracket.
No, it's not. I actually. So, as I said before, this is our third year doing this, and like years past were fun, but this one's looking to be a.
Yeah, in past years we've had clear upsets. Total mismatches in almost every single match. These ones are extremely good matchups for once.
Yeah.
I know, right?
So, I would like to make an announcement. Jordan, it's not what you think it is. I am feeling excited already. I'm going to announce my teams next year. Ooh. Yeah. In next year's bracket, you can expect Torok, the dinosaur hunter.
Oh.
I haven't decided yet.
He'll figure that out.
Probably going to be the Xbox movie, honestly.
Yeah.
Yoshi, the dinosaur.
Ooh.
Yoshi's good.
Gorilla Batman from Jurassic Park.
Batman?
Don't. Actually, watch some of our videos.
Toad.
Old choice. I love it.
Oh.
And last but not least, the strong Viking from the Vikings Lost in Space, that old Super Nintendo game. Where Vikings in time, whatever it was, the strong one.
With the wild card of Brax record.
Next year,
I mean,
you already see what you're going up against, Joe.
I don't know, man. I like Toad as a character. I might regret having to kill him.
Well, you know what? You're not gonna, because he's gonna win.
He is.
He is a fun guy.
And little known fact,
That's not true.
All right, so he's not.
Have you ever seen a bullet in a Mario game?
Have you ever seen a
rest my
toad
case.
survive a bullet bill
They're just
encounter?
giant.
Yes.
We'll talk about this later.
We said that in unison.
So case in point, Joe. Case and point. I don't have a gavel, but here's a gavel. That's how excited I am for this and next year's tournament, folks. I already got it all played out. You know who Joe's picking for
Very
next year?
excited for this.
He's picking up one. Actually, I was not really about
Yeah, I
All
was
you
kind
need
of
is
thinking
one.
about that.
Probably would not be defeated in the first round.
Technically, the Mario Hammer power up and the Superstar are really going to this go.
And if they fall over,
I'll say, and if they fall into a pit,
Yeah.
they don't do well with coming back up when they go into a bottomless
Guess
pit.
what?
Thanks.
You're welcome, Joe.
Thanks, Susan.
You're welcome. I have nothing else. Anyone else have any closing remarks or
No.
words?
No.
No.
Big excitement for the big fight
Yes.
in the first round.
Yes, Big Sister versus Big the Cat.
It's going to be big.
Big excitement.
So big.
So big.
Alright.
Joe and I haven't seen anything that big since the locker
Oh,
room in high
man.
school.
Let's not talk about that.
It's because they were both really short.
Did you think it was a dick joke? No, it was, me being 4 feet tall.
That thing hurts.
Alex, look at
And because he was 4 feet tall, the big dicks hit him in the face.
There we go.
it was 16 inches long, man. I don't know.
I think that does it for the first video in 2023's March Mayhem tournament. There's the entrance. There's the combatants. There's the soon-to-be dead spy. Make sure you tune in to watch every video to watch the body count rise up.
Nice tagline.